AMP. We need to talk about AMP because I'm not fully convinced by the developments that we've seen overall so far with AMP. I think, don't get me wrong, I think this is probably going to do a decent run in price. There are some issues that it has. Obviously, the SEC has targeted this. That doesn't mean necessarily that there's going to be a huge negative, especially after the XRP sort of victory. I do think that has less meaning now, but they've not pushed on in the way that I thought. I think a lot of people thought they would in the last bull cycle. So we'll take a look at what's going on with AMP and where it's heading. Before I get into that though, guys, if you are new to the channel, these are the first 26 coins that I did videos about on the channel. In the videos, I showed everyone that I was buying these coins up. I expected them to run up in price really nicely. And you can see what the prices of all these coins were when I recorded my videos, as well as the highs that these coins hit, less than 18 months on. It was more like 16, 17 for most of these. And what the profit would have been if you'd thrown $100 into it, each of these. And if you had just thrown $100 into every single one of these coins, and then literally you could have ignored them, you could have sat on them, you could have done nothing for basically a year and a half, and then jumped onto your wallet and sold them, your profit would have been over 123 grand. In total, which is not too bad. Now, I sold all of these. We've had the market crash. Since the market crash, I'm buying up new coins. These are coins that I think can do 40x gains, 50x gains. The gains that Zilliqa did, the gains that Theta did, the gains that Phantom did. And every time I find a coin like that, I jump onto my website and I talk to my members about it. So I jump onto copymycrypto.com and I'll tell my members what coin I've found, what profits I think it can have, and what money I'm putting into it. And it means they can copy along exactly. It removes all of the work for the members, and they're going to make the exact same money as me. Now, if that sounds good to you guys, making the exact same money except doing no work at all, head over to copymycrypto.com now and just take a look through the site. On there, you'll see what the members have earned. You'll see what I've said in the past and what happened, whether that was about Phantom when no one on the planet was talking about it, or whether that's about a DeFi protocol that was going to crash and die and did. All of it's public record, so you can verify it all. And if you like what you see, guys, just join me there. Right, let's talk AMP. So, obviously, AMP, as I said, they've got the SEC tag. So the SEC have alleged it's a security. That's always worth noting. Its all-time high was 12 cents in the last bull cycle. Now, with AMP, when we take a look at what's going on with AMP, first of all, look, it's an open source decentralized protocol that aims to, it does provide collateral as a service. So this is described as the new sort of digital token, collateral token that offers instant verifiable assurances for any value transfer. So if you use something like Flexa, which uses AMP, you can quickly and irreversibly secure transactions for whatever asset related use cases you have. Now, it launched in 2020 and it's aiming to be fast, efficient, secure transaction platform and solve a number of network problems, including the slow confirmation times we've seen across a number of crypto projects. They also, there's also obviously issues within the crypto space of price volatility and broad adoption. So they're aiming to resolve those as well. Now, they suggest that it's simply a straightforward interface for collateralization. Now, does this work as a concept? Yes, it does. Is this something that is a game changer? I think a lot of us thought it could be, because fundamentally we saw a lot of issues with regards to liquidations and collateral and the collateral positions, and we saw them in some significant places. We saw it with Celsius. So having something like AMP in theory could resolve a lot of issues and potentially remove a lot more risk that people were putting themselves in. However, they've not sort of boomed in the way that I think a lot of us thought. Obviously, we've been in a bear cycle and we're kind of in a transitional market right now. Their parent company is Flexa, which is a blockchain payments company based in New York that specializes in fintech. Flexa was co-founded by Trevor Filter, Zachary Kilgore and Tyler Spalding. Spalding serves as Flexa's CEO, launched the AMP project with the help from the Flexa team. He has a bachelor's degree in mechanical engineering, a master's degree in aerospace, aeronautical and astronautical engineering from Illinois. He attended Harvard Business School. He has an MBA from MIT. And he's been investing in blockchain projects since 2011. He's also the co-founder and CEO of Tastebud Technologies and the former CTO of Raise. So good resume there. Now, when we take a look, as you can see, AMP token has moved to Ampera, so let's just move there. Ampera is a permissionless collateralized protocol on Ethereum. Let's go and open this as well. See, as you can see, this ended up being quite a high market cap crypto and drew a lot of attention in the last bull cycle. And it's just not really pushed in the same way I think a lot of people thought. So as you can see, this is effectively the Ampera white paper. So it's talking through, how Ampera can work as the DeFi space evolves. The failure of centralized exchanges in institutional lending firms and hedge funds have made it clear that counterparty risk continues to impair the utility of digital assets. This is what I was touching upon with something like Celsius. So how does traditional finance reduce counterparty risk? So there's repurchase agreements, agreement transactions comprising a $12 trillion market globally, which rely on clearinghouses whose sole responsibility is to ensure the safety and independence of collateral. Now, again, as a concept, this sounds really, really good. Sounds really, really good because they can introduce the bridging, the market making and payments. However, we just haven't seen this blow up in a way that I think we all thought we would. And when we actually look at the growth that they've had, I mean, they really haven't had growth. 54,000 followers at the moment. And at one point, this was being talked about everywhere. And they talk about the importance of how, like I say, if we come back to traditional finance, how this can kind of work with letters of credit. They're a fundamental tool for assuring transactions, but what are they and how do they work? They run through the demand for collateralized credit. All of these things are factually true. It's just, it's not sexy, it's not exciting, it's not engaging, it's not something that people are hearing and going, yeah, this is going to fix everything. Even though there are legitimate ways that this could fix a lot of problems and a lot of risks within the crypto market. So Ampera is the protocol that creates digital letters of credit. Users interact directly with the protocol, supplying collateral to secure the transfer of an alternative asset to a designated recipient. LOCs guarantee the future receipt of an asset with no counterparty risk. Again, as a concept, sound. You cannot knock it. You cannot complain about that as a concept. However, how many people are really concerned about moving funds that they're going to go through the extra steps of doing stuff like getting a digital letter of credit? That's actually the question. I cannot see it. I cannot see your average retail investor clamoring for this. I could in theory see bigger companies doing it, for sure. I could in theory see exchanges doing it, hedge funds, VCs. Because there is a larger amount of money at risk. I don't think a retail investor that's moving $100 here or there is going to give a toss. I don't think a retail investor that's moving $1,000, $1,500, or $10,000 is going to give a toss. I don't think I'd go through all that extra effort for it. Like I said, on just on its concept, it's a very strong premise. It's a very sound premise. On its practicality, I just don't see it. By the way, this is not to say I don't think it's going to have gains. I think there's a lot of volume that was knocking around in the last bull cycle for this at around 4 cents, around 5 cents. I think it could, in theory, hit 5 cents, but that's about as high as I think this will go, because I cannot see, beyond institutional players, the use case here. I simply can't, and that's such a big importance. There's got to be a reason retail investors use it, or retail investors want it, beyond potentially price appreciation. And as of right now, for me, it's not there. Maybe, they'll do more developments, maybe this will change, but as of right now, I'm not convinced. Not convinced. I still think this will probably run. Like I say, maybe the highest it hits is only 5 cents. But if you, here's the question, would you want, a letter of credit when you're transferring an asset? That's a payment solution. If you're paying someone, do you want a letter of credit? Because here's the thing. If someone's giving you a wallet address, you can literally confirm that you sent it them. You can confirm that their wallet's received it. So what's the need? I just don't see your average person doing it. I think this is simply a play that bigger players would use. But again, I still think it will run up. I still think we're probably more looking at 3 cents, maybe 4 cents. I don't think we're looking at 5, to be honest, but that's the highest I think it would hit. So still gains to be had. And it's buyable everywhere. It's on every single market. It's on Coinbase, Binance. If you're going to get it, guys, I'd recommend BitGet. I partnered with BitGet because they're going to be a top 5 exchange. Their reserves are insane. They share their reserves constantly. They've got the biggest copy trading community in all of crypto. They actually have bot trading now that people can use. If you join as well, you can get, you've got the potential to get $1,000 in rewards, and you possibly could win up to $5,000 in rewards. And if you use the partner link in the description, you'll get discounts on trading fees. But yeah, just tell me what you guys think. Can you see a use case for you at any point? Because if it's a no, that's the problem for me. Because I think there's only so much you can go towards appeasing or serving bigger players. Because at the moment, retail still moves this market, even though the big players obviously manipulate this market. So yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. And guys, if you just want to take the work out of crypto, if you want to make the exact same profits as me, go to copymycrypto.com. That's the site I run where I share with all the members every coin I own. Anytime I buy a crypto, I let my members know what crypto I'm buying, what profits it can have, what percentage of my money I'm putting in. They can copy along exactly. They'll always see a real-time amount of my portfolio, and they can copy along. There is no work. Thousands of hours will be removed for the members because they don't have to dive into white papers or do any other consistent research. They can just copy and make the same profits as me. And on the site, you'll see what the members have earned. You'll see what I've said in the past, whether it was the course that I did about Phantom and why it would 100x when no one was talking about Phantom, or whether it's a DeFi protocol that died on its arse and I was warning people to get out. All of it's public record. You can verify it all. And if you like what you see, guys, join me there, make the same money as me, and stop doing all the work. All right, take care. Bye-bye.